I want to go with you.
What? On a witch hunt? No, you're just a little girl.
I'm not as delicate as I look.
That didn't hurt.
I'm coming with you.
Listen, we have one rule in show business. Never work with kids or animals. I'm already working with this thing. Relax. The answer's no.
New twist on an old classic, James Franco and Oz the Great and Powerful. It hits theaters this weekend. Great to have the wizard, James Franco, here now. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Of course, thank you.
So this really does turn Oz upside down a little bit. Instead of Dorothy going down the yellow brick road, it's the wizard.
Exactly. That aspect of this movie was one of the biggest things that appealed to me. I have been a fan of Oz since I was a boy. I read all the L. Frank Baum books.
All of them?
Yeah, there's 14. I mean, they were like, essentially they were my Harry Potters. You know, this is back in the day before that even existed. And so I became obsessed and read all of them. So when I heard that they were making this film, another movie about Oz, and, you know, being such a big fan of the original, I thought, oh, I hope they have a good approach.
It's kind of scary to play with a classic like that.
Well, right, but this isn't, but they did it right, because they're not trying to remake the Judy Garland film, but they're respectful of the land of Oz that everybody knows and loves. So there's the Yellow Brick Road and the Emerald City and witches and flying monkeys. But the protagonist is not a boy version of Dorothy or anything like that.
No, you're Oz. He's a con man.
He's anything but, yeah, an innocent young girl. He's a con man, he's a charlatan. And so you get a whole new experience of Oz because your main character is so different.
And you turned this into a family affair. I understand your grandma Mitzi is in the film?
She's kind of taken over, but she has a very small part, so you have to know where to look. She's in the courtesy at Glinda's palace.
Oh,
so
a tiny part.
Look for her there.
There we go. We see her right there.
Oh, there's
there
the
she
photo.
is.
There she is. She's a townsperson in Oz.
So you do so many different things, and so all the time. You're teaching half the time, you're doing documentaries, you're doing films. Which one do you love the best right now?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, I do all of them because I do get something different out of all of them, and I do believe that, you know, different subjects have ideal forms or better ways to be expressed in different forms. So that's one of the reasons I do all of them. But if you're just talking about what I enjoy, like just making or the process of doing, you know, the most, it's directing film is just the most fun because it's such a collaborative medium. Yeah, I get, when I make films, I get to have all my friends around me. I get to work on projects that I want to do. So it's a way to design an environment that, you know, just has all my favorite things.
You also took on the Oscars a couple of years ago. What did you think of Seth MacFarlane?
I didn't really see it, but I've seen clips, and he's great. I mean, he's a funny guy. If he was born to do anything, it was, you know, that.
Yeah, he was good. It was excellent. Tell us what your next out-of-the-box project's going to be.
Out of the box? So not a movie, just like
whatever,
a crazy
like,
project?
Yeah.
I've been teaching a lot, actually. That's a new chapter in my life, and it was very scary at first, but I love it. It puts my energy in a different direction. I get to look at other people's work and not think about myself for, you know, a few hours every day. Yeah, it's good.
Great. James Franco, thanks a lot. Oz the Great and Powerful is in theaters this Friday.